Hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Is it going to be another boring day stuck in a range with you? Good morning, Patrick. How's your roof, Patrick? Hey, Donald. Good morning, Jacob. Good morning, George. Nasdaq to Neptune. I take it that would be up, but you know what? Is Nasdaq actually going to possibly leave the solar system? Good morning, Paul. Good morning, everybody hiding in the background. Thank you for the likes so far. If you haven't liked the video, please consider doing so. And let's get right down to it. The boring market range with OPEX on Friday. We got the mortgage stuff out early this morning. Then we had building permits coming in slightly lower than consensus. Housing starts higher than previous. So little bullish stuff there. And now we have nothing. We have crude numbers and we have some bond and bill auctions. So it's nothing. I mean, I don't even see any Fed speak today. The Fed speak really picks up again. When does that? Friday? Do we have any tomorrow? Yeah, we got a little tomorrow too. All right. So, surprise, chips are up again. Looks like it's a buy day today. Tesla's up. Amazon's up, Walmart's up. Target was pretty flat. Last time I checked, it has this up a little from the close, but it's still caught in yesterday's bar. And so that's where that sits. Every sector so far, let's just do a quick refresh. Every sector is positive, so it looks like it's so far buy, but the buys, at least in the S&P, are still well within yesterday's range and within the range for the last few days. 75% for the pause, 25% for the hike. So hike getting a little more traction, but not much. And you still have the major cutting spree on the table. Fear and greed at the upper end of neutral. In terms of gamma flips, still 41.53. We're at 41.41. So that's where you, again, if it rallies, watching the upper end of yesterday's range and traveling into positive gamma. And are we going to sit right around here? It's going to be interesting to see if there's any pin levels, because 4,200 is not a major pin level. You got around 4175, 4175 is somewhere in that area. It could be interesting. Again, target had a beat, but still in the range. You got Cisco after the close today. So, good morning, Options 22. Good morning, PMG. Good morning, Royal Palms. USD killed gold. Well, gold is pulling back. We also had the double trigger in silver. So it's not surprising. And I've been talking about the US dollar breakout potentially and gold setting up a time pattern. Just took longer than I thought. But, so, let's just get down to it. If this continues, you see we have the upward bias, this little mini double. Little mini double. Little mini double. So, let's just see where it goes with the aggress. I mean, I'm really watching for this to re-tackle potentially 41.50, which, then above that you got resistance 41.51, 41.54. Remember, gamma flips at 41.53. So those are, this triggered a few hours ago, 4 a.m. Central, and has given multiple opportunities to get back in and finally hit the stop reduction target. Whether you're using aggressive or conservative, it's just range bound. So I'm still watching with very little data coming out for a push higher to test the upper end of the range today. But if it rolls back down, what would invalidate the pattern at this point? What would invalidate the pattern at this point would be a close below 41.28.25 or a trade through 41.25.50. Other than that, watching for this to continue to play out in the open, into the open. And that could just potentially keep us in this range. Even if we pop above 41.54, I'm going to watch for some selling pressure to come in unless we really break out with momentum. Then the next level would be 41.64 and then 41.73. Support 41.25 if it does roll over, and then 41.11, and then 41.06. The Nasdaq just keeps chugging higher. Slight little pullback yesterday afternoon, but today going back to watching 13,554.50, 13,581 are the two key levels higher. And this is not a double. It's not reversing enough of a move. But if we get into the open 13 about 525, we'll watch for then the quick retest of 13 the 550 area. Support coming in right around 13,480. We need to break down below that with some weak internals before I start getting at all considered bearish than 13,433. It's just buy, wedging higher. A wedgie higher. Dow, again, still in the overall double top pattern. On any bounce back, I'm looking for 33,350 area for then another potential rollover play. Russell, still also caught in a range. Trading off of this 17-foot, I'm bumping up the support area to where it was earlier this morning, 1741. And this, you have a triple. So really it's the end. It's the breakdown from the clear path, 1760 and then 1765 are your two key levels, the upside in the Russell. Good morning, Anissa. Hey, Crystal. Well, hey, Christoph, sorry. We'll get to gold, Pep. Hold your horses. VIX rolling back over. So unless we get, again, unless we start to sell off with some momentum or really big, weak internals and got above 1835, not real interested. DAX still holding the rotation zone, but key resistance 16,060 and then 16,126. But the levels haven't changed on here in the short term. Notes, nothing. Not even going to bother. Dollar index coming up. I put up the harmonics from the low back on the 14th to this pausing bar. By the way, the double is off the table. And it was 102.57. Little pullback right now going into the open, which but we're still watching for that continued higher price. Crude. Oh, come on. Crude. This is just, we're breaking above here, but the target 72.25 and then about 73.30. But it's, again, still caught in this range right here. Can't get really bullish until we get above 74.30 again. Now we'll get to gold. Gold, you had that 15-minute double stall out at the second target. And now, what do you have? Let's take a look at that 1 hour. This isn't a valid 1 hour double because it's extending way beyond here. So you only really have, if you get above 1992, you're looking at 1996.5 area. That's not a valid double, and this is not valid either. So that's about it. Just trying to hold this 50. Cycle's arguing the bottom, so it might try to establish a little more significant bottoming pattern, but nothing yet. Silver, this is off the table, but longer term we'll watch for a rollover, but if it does bounce, key resistance about 24.25. What else do we have? The yen. First target hit yesterday, second target and 200 hit today. If it follows through, there's major resistance up at this 137.44, but it's definitely for any final thing in trailing mode now. So that's where we sit. Doesn't have any topping pattern yet. It just has this little micro double, which, I mean, depending on your stop level, but that would need the close below this 136.83 area. So, but watching for that. Euro. The double, potential double, which never confirmed or triggers off the table. And the euro rolling over. Any rallies will be looking for rollover plays in that. The pound has not much. The pound is just a mess right now. Bitcoin continuing to roll back down. So, and these patterns are just terrible right now. Tesla looks like a slight gap up, but you know, Tesla announcing they're going to start doing advertising. I'm really watching a break above either 170 for a possible retest back of 174 area to 175, or a break below 164.50. Spiders in the Qs. So if we have any rollover right now, we're trading 412.16. 411.86 is my first downside target, and then 410.25 to the upside. 413, then about 413.75 to 414 is a very major resistance. So again, it's caught in a range. No fantastic triggers. Qs. Key support 327.16. Right now we're trading 327.95 on a rally up. You can see here there's first target area would be 328.53, then 329.33 would be the next key target, and then 330.74 should the insanity continue. Other than that, besides the gap fill, it's coming into now a major breakout about 326.65, and then your next major support level isn't back till 324.60. That's fine. You don't have to care about Tesla. It's a heavily traded stock. It's the most heavily traded options stock too. So I'm not a fan of the cars either, but it's tradable. So that's why I cover it, because a lot of people do trade it. I mean, the best setups have been the dollar index breakout, getting a little pullback now. Silver tilt still for a possible bigger pullback. Did not look at copper this morning. The Japanese yen. Let me see here. Let me see. We do have a little micro double against the rotation zone. So I'll be watching to just check that, but it's headed into the major breakdown area. 384 at the top of the rotation zone, and it is against it, so it is a lower probability. Really, that's about it. Overall, it's just scalpy trading until we get out of this range. Can we keep in this range until OPEX Friday? Potentially. We don't have much on the table. So, and everything, you know what, just watch still. If you're watching for any headlines, it's going to be if there's any breakthrough on debt ceiling talks, it might ignite a shorter term little pop up. So watch for that out. Watch for that also. You're welcome, Heinrich. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. I'm just not going to sit and waste anybody's time anymore, because I covered the setups, and we'll talk to everyone after the close. Bye for now.